The groan of the final carriage was a sound of profound exhaustion. It was the 11:59, a ghost of steel and flickering light. I slumped into a seat, the only other occupants' distant shadows hunched against the windows. A silence, thick and velvety, swallowed the usual clatter. The click of heels was crisp and methodical. The conductor, tall and lean, took my ticket with a white-gloved hand. He studied it and studied it. "This," he said, his voice flat, "is for yesterday's train." Before I could protest, his fingers closed around the paper. He did not give it back. He absorbed it, and with a nod to some unspoken rule, moved on. Then the world vanished. The train plunged into a tunnel. Not a brief rush, but an absolute swallowing blackness. The lights died with a soft, final sigh. The darkness was total, a physical substance. The air grew still and cold. I heard nothing, no breath, no rustle from the other shadows. Only the relentless forward motion, now feeling like a deep downward descent. Panic rose, sharp and acidic. How long had we been in this nothingness? Minutes? Hours? A sound. A low, electrical buzz vibrating in my teeth. The intercom crackled to life with a sound like frying insects. Attention! The word was a spike of ice. Next stop, terminus. A pause, filled by the scream of the wheels. All passengers must disembark. You have overstayed your welcome. The static decayed slowly, leaving a silence more profound than before. Terminus, not a station. Finality, overstayed your welcome. The ticket for yesterday. Had I boarded a train in a day that was already dead? The train began to slow with jarring, metallic shrieks, a chorus of dying machinery. A faint, sourceless glow seeped in, a sickly, greenish luminescence. It revealed the truth. The seats were empty, dusted with gray ash. The windows were caked with viscous grime. I had always been alone. With a final shudder, the train stopped. The doors hissed open, not onto a platform, but into a vast, cavernous gloom. The air that washed in was frigid, smelling of damp earth, ozone, and something sweetly foul beneath. He stood there, the conductor, silhouetted in the doorway, a cutout of black. He did not speak. One white-gloved arm extended, a finger pointing irrevocably into the void. My body moved without consent. I stumbled to the door. As I passed, the ghastly light caught his face. The eyes were fixed, unblinking. He smelled of old wool and mothballs and dry, forgotten pages. I stepped off. The ground was uneven, coarse gravel and soft cinder. The door hissed shut behind me with terrible finality. I turned. The train was not as it had been. It was ancient, corroded. Its paint was blistered, windows clouded and cracked. It looked as if it had sat on this forgotten track for decades. Through a grimy pane, I saw the conductor still standing in the aisle, his head now slowly turning toward me, a smooth, mechanical rotation. From the darkness of the terminus, a new sound emerged, a soft, shuffling scrape, and then another, the sound of feet dragging on gravel, moving from multiple directions in the perfect dark. A whisper, paper dry and close to my ear, seemed to form from the cold air itself. "You're just in time. The welcoming committee is here." The greenish light from the dead train began to fade, plunging me into the absolute black of the terminus. The shuffling sounds drew closer, encircling me. There was no way back. The train was a relic. The only path was into the welcoming dark.